Hello, and welcome back to the Olive Oil Critic. I am so glad that you are here with me today, learning a little bit more about extra virgin olive oil every day. There's so much to learn about olive oil. I'm always astounded by just the amount and the volume of information there is to absorb and learn. There's so many cultivars, each of them are unique, and they all have their own interesting qualities and unique characteristics. And one of the cultivars we're going to dive into right now and today is Ascolano. And this is a beautiful oil from Corning, California, just, I guess, south of Redding would be where this is from. And these trees were planted mid last century when everyone there in Corning specifically were wanting a good table olive. Ascolano olives are typically used for eating olives. They're not always oil olives. Ascoli Piceno is where these olives are originally from in La Marche, which is actually very close to where my husband's family olive grove is in Fano. They're just a few hours south. And Ascoli Piceno was known for a very specific table olive dish. I don't know if you've tried it before, but it's olive and they stuff it with sausage meat and then bread and fry it. And oh my goodness, it is so delicious. If you get a chance to try it, the olives are large, they're very tender, and they work perfectly in this situation because they don't disintegrate, of course, when they're cooked or fried. They really have and hold their character, but they're juicy and they're so delicious. And that really translates into the olive oil. That typically doesn't happen. A lot of table olive varieties do not make a good olive oil, but in this case, it really, really does. This oil is typically very fruity and delicate. So I'm really, really excited to taste this example. As you can tell, the bottle's closed. I haven't tried it yet, but this Ascolano from Lucero, or American Olive Farmer. So American Olive Farmer is the olive grove that has grown and produced this beautiful oil. So let's see what it has to offer. Liz Tagami is the proprietor of American Olive Farmer, and she is definitely a world-renowned olive expert. She's so well respected in the industry, so to be able to taste her oils and share them is just such a privilege. So I'm really excited to see how this oil has turned out for this season. All right, let's give it a sniff. Oh, it's like nectarine and white peach right on the nose. It's very, very fruity. There's hardly any grass or your typical artichoke, but there's definitely some green almond and hints of thyme. It's very, very delicate, but beautifully aromatic. You can just tell that the aroma is very mild and fruity, and it likely won't be overwhelming on the palate. Oh, I could smell this forever. It does smell like I just took a peach and rubbed it rubbed it on my jeans and took a sniff. It's very, very peachy, nectarine, stone fruit forward for sure. Let's give it a taste. Oh, it's creamy, very viscous, nutty on the palate. You have, again, hardly any bitterness, but this beautiful round flavor that culminates in a beautiful kind of pink peppercorn, green peppercorn finish. It's not very pungent, but there's definitely a peppery finish present. The bitterness is also very, very mild. Only maybe a 1.5 intensity for bitterness, but it's very fresh and green. You can very much taste the flavor of the ripe olive. In the flavor profile, you have notes of green almond, again, very pronounced, along with the stone fruit, and just a beautiful round herbaceousness. There's lots of aromatic herbs. Again, I'm tasting some fennel, some thyme, hints of rosemary, oregano, those slightly bitter herbs, but again, it's not overwhelming. And then the peppery finish is present, and then it dissipates and lingers in this beautiful pink peppercorn, green peppercorn finish. It almost has a sweetness to it. You can almost experience some baking spices. This would be beautiful, this oil, for drizzling on ice cream. I would love it with a fresh peach and fresh heirloom tomato salad, just tossed with those fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, and drizzled with, put a big clump of burrata in the middle and drizzle liberally. That would be amazing. This would also be lovely with ice cream, a little bit of Malden salt sprinkled on top. You could use it in an olive oil cake. A citrus olive oil cake would be really delicious with this oil. Again, it's not overpowering. It's not very, very robust. It's very, very fruity, but still medium intensity in that very ripe fruit category. This is a really, really beautiful example of this oil. And it's, again, very versatile because it's not going to overpower or overwhelm. You could use it in bechamel sauces if you wanted to use it in cream sauces. That would be another example that would use this oil beautifully. You could even put it in aioli if you wanted to. I might hold off a lot on the garlic, just use a little bit of garlic because of the fruity qualities in this oil. It would work well in larger volumes. So if you even wanted to poach halibut or cod, this oil would be beautiful for that as well, just because of the mild fruity quality of it. Again, it's medium intensity, but because the fruit is so ripe, it's this rich, creamy, not overwhelming, not super bitter, not really, really pungent oil. Again, you noticed I didn't cough. It's not that peppery. So anyway, this is a beautiful example of Ascolano from American Olive Farmer in Corning, California. All right, I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments in the bottom or reach out to me directly. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye.